Okay, so a lot of debate goes on about what type of line to put on your spinning reel. This is a pink braid. Is this new? Yes, this is new. This is new. For the last number of years, I've been using Sunline X Plasma on my spinning reels. Does very, very well. I've been very, very happy with it. And it works well in the bigger sizes on bait casters. So I've been a huge fan of the X Plasma. X Plasma has that plasma coating on the line, so it does not absorb much, if any, water. That is a big deal. I think it just helps your braid handle better. So the new braid, the pink braid, is called the D-Braid. Now this is something that Marizo Shimizu helped Sunline develop. It is designed specifically for spinning applications. The D is because it is a denser material. It's helped to stay down. I know a lot of times with braid, especially with like X Plasma, it wants to stay higher in the water column because it doesn't absorb water. So it's not going to get heavier and want to sink down. The D-Braid has the plasma coating on it, just like the X Plasma, but the D-Braid is a denser material, so it stays down in the water column better. It's very supple, very smooth. I have not had any problems so far with line breakage, and it comes in some odd sizes. It's 11, 13, 15. Those are the ones that I put into my tackle box. Like this right here, this is 13. I put 13 for using it on a drop shot. That's kind of my middle of the road. I do a lot of power drop shot kind of stuff, even though it's a spinning rod. So I went with 15 on that, and then I'm gonna go with a little heavier, like 10-pound leader material there. Run about a 20-foot leader. This is kind of becoming my go-to leader material. That Marabishu, my Boroshi. I don't know what it's called. I know it works. That's all I'm saying. It is very, very abrasion resistant, and I'm a huge fan of this stuff. If not, you go to Sniper, and this is about all I'm using right now on my leaders. I really like this. It's got a camo color, so it changes colors every couple feet. Really cool looking, and so you can kind of help. It helps you detect strikes, even though it's a darker camouflage type color. Pretty cool, but very durable. And they don't give you a gazillion yard spool because it is made specifically for leaders. So I've been kind of going to that. I'm using that with the D-Braid 11, like I said, 11, 13, or the 15, and they seem pretty true to size. Like the X Plasma 12, the 11 is slightly smaller. It's not like any, a lot of times when you change braids from, even one model to another model, the diameters and the poundages don't match up. That's very annoying to me. This is not that way. The 13 is a tick more than the 12 as far as diameter and the way it handles. And I'm intimately familiar with the 12, and I fished with this a fair amount, and it handles almost identically to 12. I can tell there's just a difference, and I really like it. I really like the D-Braid so far. Casts really, really well. It seems to be very sensitive. Caught a bunch of fish on it already the first 2 tournaments, and I'm a big fan so far. So when we go up north, and I'm going to be having 5, 6, 7 spinning rods on the deck, possibly, hopefully not, possibly, I'm gonna have D-Braid, I believe, on every single one of those. So I'm big fan, big supporter of that so far. And then, like I said, on the X Plasma, the bigger sizes, that's what I'm using exclusively on my bait casters when I'm doing braid. They have a darker green as well as this brighter green. That's what I'm using on my frogs, punching, topwaters, any of that kind of stuff, using that X Plasma. But just want to kind of talk to you and show you the new D-Braid. And just so you know, one spool of this will do one entire spinning reel. It's like 120 meters. That is essentially one. I put a little backing on there. I put some like mono backing. Let's see if I got it right here. Sunline makes a backing material. I put this directly on the bottom of the reel so that that braid does not slip. Baitcasters and spinning reels. If you don't have any of that, or you don't want to get any of that, old monofilament works just fine. Old fluorocarbon can work just fine. You want to make sure you start those first few wraps around the bottom of the spool very, very tight so that nothing slips. Put your little base coating of that on there, and then you could, like I said, one entire spool goes on there, and then that allows you to retie multiple times. And honestly, one spool of this should last you about an entire year, even if you fish quite a bit. And if you don't fish quite a bit, it may last you a couple years. Just make sure you clean your guides off, and then every time you want to essentially reline, whoop, you put some new leader material on there. This is, like I said, this is 10 pound. This is what I'm going to use when I'm doing more of the power stuff. They've got 8, 7, and 6. I'm going to be bouncing between 7 and 8 most of the time. Drop down on 6 when I want to go a little more finessey. But that's kind of been what my new spinning line applications are. Just wanted to kind of show you guys that. And if you have any questions or anything specific you wanna know, drop it down there in the comments like always. And I appreciate you guys for watching.